Good morning. Day 13, June. What a very odd word. Who chooses these words? I find this year has been much more difficult than last year. I find that the words are less descriptive this year. Words like drooling was last year, and things like that. It kind of conjure up more words. Things like June just like kind of leave us all a little bit dry, I'm sure. Um, so I've been asked to kind of talk through a little bit of my planning process to the final drawing, which I shall do with today's one. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to draw at yet, but I will put a video up after this of a little bit of an explanation of the processes of the thought. Obviously, I don't put any sketch marks down first, any drawing down first. I just kind of like to go for it and put the drawing down. I think sometimes that way, at least then, that you're very surprised by the outcome yourself. I think sometimes when you draw it all out and then put your ink on top, you kind of know what's happening. You know what's coming. And the way I like to draw it is to have an idea and have a feeling in my head about what it's going to be, and then just say, right, ink. And sometimes you come up with something just beautiful. And sometimes you come up with total rubbish, or you get lost. It's kind of like driving a fast car in those kind of computer games that people play. Left, right. Do I go past this car? Do I wait for this car? It's kind of like that type of speed of thinking. So sometimes when you're drawing that speed, you come up with some fabulous decisions that you wouldn't have just sat and thought through. So today's June, so I'll have a think about the process of what I'm going to do. I shall put some sketches down for you to see the planning process, and then the drawing will follow. Okay, so it'll give you Patrick, I think, wants to see. It'll give you a much clearer way about setting the mind up for the drawing, almost kind of like pre-drawing it in your mind first. So I'll talk through a little bit about that. Influences. I've been asked about influences. Oh. Well, my early years were all animation, so, as a tiny little boy, I would draw Disney all the time. I'd draw everything Disney, so it was kind of like my goal in life when I actually got to work at Disney. It was everything. It was kind of like a dream come true. So that was my early influence was all everything to do with animation. The Disney Studios, Richard Williams, who was the big British animation star at the time. Everything to do with animation. In later, it would probably be people, Calvin and Hobbes. I mean, who doesn't love Calvin and Hobbes? I think I've got every book of Calvin and Hobbes. I just love it. I absolutely love what that guy did. You can look like at a bedside table and just go, wow. So definitely Calvin and Hobbes would have been a very big influence for me doing something like Little China, the panda that I did. I would say the love for Calvin and Hobbes got me to do Little China. It was that kind of childish excitement, that kind of childish adventure. Um, yeah, so definitely, if you haven't seen Little China, go and have a look. If you like Calvin and Hobbes, I think you'll like it. Other influences, Ronald Searle was obviously one of the greats. Stedman, yeah, sure. Um, though I haven't really followed him in recent years, so I'm not really sure what he's doing these days. But um, yeah, there's so many artists that are very influential. Very, I kind of change by the week. You know, you find somebody new, and then I don't know, you just kind of fall in love with everything that they do for a while. Um, I've been asked, do I actually paint? Do I actually color my work in? Um, I do. When I'm doing the illustration stuff, I like to paint. I like to um, get in there and color. I do like to paint on top of the illustrations. Um, you can see some of that in the Cat books and the earlier books. They're all painted. Um, Obviously, for Inktober, I'm just concentrating on free sketching, free drawing, um, how to control my mind to a finished piece of artwork. I wouldn't call them as finished illustrations. I would just call them as fun sketches. um, um, Also, some of you picked up the fact that I've got paintings behind me. Um, yes, I do loads of paintings. They're all sitting all over the place. Hundreds of the damn things. Oil paintings, I love oil. All the greats of oil painting, I love. I love Rembrandt. Um, Klimt, I love Gustav Klimt. He's an incredible artist. Not just the golden ones. Go and check out all the other stuff he's done. Um, there's a lot of it. Just a lot of the old classic oil paintings I absolutely love. Um, my dad was an oil painter, and it kind of got me that love for the smell of linseed oil and everything else. So yeah, I really love oil painting. Um, so I shall break down an idea for today's drawing, and then I will put in a small process of my thinking and my kind of mentally working out the feeling that I want to capture in the drawing before I do the drawing. All right, I hope that all helps you, and I think that's a little bit more of Kieran's rambles for you. Thank you very much for all the love and all the questions. Very much appreciated. And I'll talk to you soon. All right.